A very good morning mtazamaji wa Mizpah TV and a Merry Christmas to you all. Yes, mtazamaji wa Mizpah TV, karibu sana. Natumai Christmas inakupeleka vizuri. Sisi tuna sababu zote za kumshukuru Mungu Aba na ametufikisha hii Christmas. We are so excited. Na huwa hatuchoki na wewe. That's why tuko hapa kwenye runinga ili tuweze kusonga na wewe pamoja. Najua leo ni maandalizi pale hapa na pale. Najua wageni wamekuja, wamejaa pale nyumbani, ama nyinyi mumefika pale nyumbani kama wageni. Kuna wale wameenda Ocha, wameenda kule kwa madhe, kwa fadhe, ama huko Ocha kwenye tu umevisit, it is okay. Kama wewe ni wife umeenda kwa in-laws uko kule, mimi nakwambia karibu sana. Keti hapo tu dakika kadhaa tu ukifanya job zako, sisi tuangalie current affair ama uchambuzi wa magazeti. Ikiwa ni Christmas edition kama kawa, sija kusukuma gurudumu hili peke yangu. Lazima nina mtu wa kunisaidia kulisukuma gurudumu hili. Binti wa Kiafrika aliyeumbwa akaumbika, rangi yake chemsha kunde kisha mwaga maji yake. Ana umbo wa kisasa. Kuna umbo wa kisasa. Ana tabasamu ya kutoa nyoka pangoni na kuiweka pangoni. Yes, na niseme tu sio sifa za sura tu, mbali ana moyo mzuri. Ana urefu wa kutosha. Ana meno meupe kama theluji, ama wacha nisiseme hiyo ingine. Karibu sana Angie.
A very good morning to you and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Uko salama?
Niko salama na shukuru Mungu. We thank God.
Janitia Christmas, acha mimi nikuitie.
Wapi?
Kwetu.
Hapana, sisi Christmas mtu akae kwao. Christmas mtu akae kwao na mbuzi zao. Na wachinje mbuzi zao na wakule mbuzi zao. Yes.
But you're good?
Yes, I'm good. We have all the reasons to thank God.
I agree.
Yes. Tuko kwenye kipindi, ama kabla hatujaanza kipindi, ni kawaida yetu kumuomba Mwenyezi Mungu kutujalia haya mambo matatu. Atupe kichwa kenye ubongo wa hekima, mdomo wenye maneno ya ufasaha, na hata kifua chenye moyo wa ujasiri. Atujalie uweledi, ukwasi na hata umahiri wa lugha. Na kwako wewe mtazamaji, tukuombea Mungu akusaidie kusafiri safari ya kujisaka na hata kujitafuta, na ili ujue asili yako, ugundue ya kwamba wewe ni wewe halisi, mbali sio ganda la mua wa jana. Mwenyezi Mungu akushibishe na imani, akupe utajiri wa subira, na hata kuondolee kiburi cha dunia. Tuandamane nawe hadi tamati na ili uweze kumakinika. Let's have the verse of the day.
And this is the verse of the day that comes from Luke 2:14, and this is what it says. Okay, let me check. The verse of today comes from, that is Isaiah. I think there is a mistake. Isaiah 7:14, and this is what it says. Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and name him Emmanuel. So the verse of today starts by saying the Lord himself will give you a sign. It means that God takes the initiative, and this is a divine promise. It is not by human effort. Ni nguvu za Mungu. Alafu it continues and says the virgin shall conceive and bear a son. This is a miraculous birth. We all know that, and it is beyond the normal human explanation. And then it continues and say, shall call his name Emmanuel. Emmanuel means that he is God with us. It means that God is personally taking that initiative to come and dwell with us as Christians, as believers, as human beings. It means that God is so intentional. God has that desire to have a deep relationship with human beings. And that is the verse of the day. And it means that this prophecy was fulfilled by the birth of Jesus Christ, and also it's affirming Jesus' divine nature and God's nearness to human beings and as Christians. So each and every day, when you're going through challenges, when you're going through the desperate moments that even you can't talk to anyone, remember that God has that desire to have a deeper relationship with you, for you to call him, okay, and tell him, you know what, God, I'm going through this and that and that and that. Because by God bringing his own son to live in the human nature, it means that he expressed that aspect here. He had that desire to have a deep relationship with human beings, and it means that God is not distant, God is not far, and that's why they said his name shall be Emmanuel, and that is God with us, and that is the verse of the day.
Yes, and God is always with us.
Yeah.
Emmanuel is God with us.
I agree.
And that's Jesus.
Yeah.
The Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Yes, na mimi ufurahia kwa sababu it is the birth of our big brother.
Yeah.
Because according to me, Jesus is my brother. Na huyo sasa leo ni birth ya big brother, but a very special brother who died on the cross because of our sins. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, naona hapa the Nation Media Group, the management on the staff of Nation Media Group wish our readers, advertisers and partners a Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas, asante sana the media, the National Media Fraternity. Jingle bells and empty bowls. That is the headline of the Daily Nation. Lakini kabla hatujasoma magazeti, ni vizuri sana kutambua wale wathamini wetu wa magazeti. Na gazeti ama uchambuzi wa magazeti umeletwa kwako na the Nakuru School Homeschooling Solution. Nakuru Homeschooling Solution, it gives your child a world-class education right from the comfort of home. Yes, yani mtoto wako ako pale home, wewe choose hiyo, hebu angalia hiyo design. Mtoto wako haendi shule, ako pale home, lakini kuna walimu wenye wanakam kumtrainia pale. And by doing this, it personalized learning tailored to your child unique needs and peace. So yule mtoto anapata peace yake, ako pale, and it's a very unique way of educating your children. And I'm saying this because many people have now started exercising the homeschooling, and a choice of a curriculum, that is CBC 844 British system and ACE, accelerated Christian education. Yani ukiwa pale, you can choose any system enye unataka mtoto wako asome. Qualified professional teachers and experienced educators. Those are the people that Nakuru Homeschooling Solution provides. It provides very qualified professional teachers and experienced educators. A full exam preparation and registration support. Hiyo ni yao. Hao ndio wanaenda kushughulikia ku make sure that mtoto wako ameregister kufanya mtihani wako. Enriching co-curriculum activities, life skills including tennis, golf and chess. Hizo ni vitu zile mtoto anakuwa trained wakati yako na wale walimu pale, anakuwa trained. A safe, flexible and engaging learning experience at home. You know, when you seated there, mwalimu wako pale na watoto wako pale nyumbani, you can try to imagine the engagement, wale vile wana engage na mtoto wako, because it's a one-on-one training. Specialized support and learners with autism, ADHD and diverse learning needs. So hata watoto wenye wako na hizo challenges kama autism and all that, wale watoto wanakuwa cared for, because every child deserves an education that truly fits them academically and in life. So if you want to get them, you can reach them through their website, that is www.nakuruhomeschooling.com, or you can call them through 0729 602 575. You can call them through 0729 602 575. Nakuru Homeschooling Solution, a solution to your children. Wes,
And we also have another sponsor, that is Astacom Limited. They offer that is super speed internet that is in Nakuru County. So are you located around Nakuru County? Worry no more about data bundles, because Astacom got you covered, and also they do it at an affordable rate. And they also offer that is 24/7 customer support and easy mobile payments. For more information, please contact 07 43 910 538. Yeah.
Yes, now tuende kwa gazeti. Gazeti la The Daily Nation inasema jingle bells and empty bowls. Oh my God. At a Christmas of contracts. This year, festive season has continued to expose the widening divide between the haves and the have-nots. The haves and the have-nots. While the rich celebrate abundance, endurance, and extravagance, it's just another normal day to ache out a living for struggling Kenyans who are finding it increasingly difficult to make end meet. Hii ni kitu unaona hapa hata kwa gazeti. Unaona kuna watu wako kule Diani Beach.
Yeah.
And holiday makers make merry at the Nyali Beach Hotel in Mombasa of the Christmas and the New Year's festival. That's a photo. Yeah, wale wenye the who is who. Wako kule Nyali Beach, wako kule manzeni kujibamba, wanajibamba. Lakini kwa the same page kuna picha nyingine ya women line up for food yesterday at Sitet Primary School in Angata, Bariokoi, Narok County. They fled their homes, flowing clashes in the area. You can imagine. That's the situation. Of course we can make it at normal. Sisi wote sio equal.
Yeah.
But as you celebrate your Christmas, ukiwa pale manzi muna celebrate, in fact leo mume advance, muna celebrate zaidi. Manzi there are people out there who are crying. Hata kale kenye walipewa kamchele ka jana, ama kale kaunga kenye walipewa jana, they had to eat yesterday because they depend on hand to mouth. Jana walipewa wakaona tuwezi kufa ati tugojee Christmas. We will eat yesterday. So today hakuna watu wenye hawana kitu ya kukula. And I'm so glad yesterday MK Foundation, and I also believe Mizpah House of Prayer did the same. MK Foundation jana ilikuwa kuna furaha kubwa sana because tulipeana nguo. Tulipewa wase nguo. Wase wengi. Si unajua timu yangu ni gani? Yani mimi usort. Timu yangu leo imedunga mbaya sana. Kuna watu walivaa suti, na wale wenye walivaa suti sijui kama anani watch. Kadhaa wenye walivaa suti, mjue hiyo suti tuliagree. Hiyo ni suti ya pasta. Hizo ni suti za pasta. Wenye wamevaa suti lazima mutabadilika, mkuwe mapasta. So it is always very important. The gazeti inatuonyesha live ya kwamba kuna two different people. So as we celebrate Christmas, let us remember those people who don't have anything.
I agree, because I can see the same story that is on the Standard, page 1, and the headline reads Dull Santa Season. As you have said, it's not the same to every family out there, and it reads that dark Christmas, there'll be no joy for relatives to loved ones killed in accidents on Christmas Eve. And in what confirms the desperation many are going through, the national survey released yesterday, and it shows that 42% of Kenyans are not ready to break the bank for Christmas, that is this season. And it continues and read that the festive season has traditionally been a time of travel, making merry and share nice things with families and friends. This year though has seen a high cost of living dampening the festive mood. And then at a glance they've given us figures, and I'm going to read them briefly. The likelihood of those celebrating the festive season, that is this year 2025. So 55 are saying no, and then 45 are saying yes. You can see that that gap is really big. And then the story is on page 2 of the Standard, and they say no money, no Mary. That is for majority of Kenyans. And at a glance, they have highlighted that is where our country is heading. This is a survey that has been released. This is a report, and I'm going to highlight it briefly and quickly. 42% the country is heading in the wrong direction, and then 21% the right direction, 32% neither right nor wrong direction, and then 4% they don't know, and then 1% didn't answer. And this is a report from what was got from different groups of people. And then 67% commented there is a high cost of living that is in our country, despite them saying that the economy has stabilized. Okay, and then we have that is the rate of unemployment, that is 33%, and then 27% poor governance and politics. And then reason for the right direction, top 3 said 46% the economy is growing, and then 29% say devolution has made a difference, 24% the government is doing well, 55 Kenyans who say they are not likely to celebrate Christmas. And then reasons for not celebrating Christmas, 78% say they lack money, 16% they said they have no interest, and then 11% said they will be working. That is a report that was released concerning Christmas this year, 2025.
Yes, and on the newspaper you can see now the difference. It's like yenye umesoma tu iko exposed pale kwa newspaper, and before hata tuangalie the pictures, kuna part ya gazeti yenye ni picha tupu zenye ziko pale. Ninaona kuna mali penye imeandikwa, I think it's a continuous ya ile story yenye nilikuwa nasema pale mbele, ati Christmas exposes the widening divide between the wealthy and the poor family. Unaangalia kuna msichana hapa anaitwa Mary Akoth. Mary Akoth anasema, for me Christmas is just another day of trying to survive, finding food and worrying about the rent. I have nothing planned for my children. Yes, and I will encourage, sometimes even if you don't have anyway, hata kama hauna, just try to convince yourself, although ni ngumu, try to convince yourself that and this is a fact, that Christmas is the celebration of it's Jesus Christ who was born, and kama uko uhai, you have a reason to thank your God. Usijali ya this year hata kama imekaa hivyo vile iko, wewe next time itakuwa tu. But for now, the good thing ni ati ukumbuke, as you complain so much about Christmas, about you don't have, remember there are people who are in hospital today. As we're talking, there are people who lost their lives. There are people who are in the hospital. And ask yourself, am I better than them? If you are better than them, you've got all the reasons to tell God asante. You have all the reasons to kneel down, tell God, thank you, Father, that I've woken up this Christmas day. I've woken up this morning. I know maybe my children don't have something to eat, but God, I know you'll provide. Thank you for the gift of Jesus Christ. Thank you for all that. This, I'm encouraging you, mwenye una feel kabisa uko out of, una feel uko out of place. And let me tell you, God atakuja. But for those people who have, remember, leo hata beba tu tudogo weka kwa mfuko. Even if you'll meet with children, buy them sweets. Let them celebrate. I remember our time, Angie, during Christmas, there is mtu hata akuongeleshagi. That time alikuwa na kuongelesha. We could be bought sodas everywhere. Kulikuwa tu na hiyo happy furaha fulani yenye iko. So don't celebrate alone. Toke hapo. Najua uko kule home. This now I'm urging people. Tokea tu pale, uko umetembea uko Ocha. Tokea hapo home tu. End up kama unatembea tu kidogo. Meet children. Kutana na watoto. Don't buy them sweet. Lakini tafuta kakitu kazuri tu kenye unaweza wabai. Hata ukawabai hata hiyo sweet. Yani of course I will meet strangers. You are not a stranger. Labda umeenda kwenyu Ocha, unakuta ni mama mtoto wa mama nani. Sasa ni meet them. Hata visit hiyo family yenye unajua iko down. Enda huko. Last time we did something great. Tulikuwa tunaenda kwa mtu mwenye tunajua ako down, tunaingia huko tunapika chapo. Tunamsaidia kupika chapo. By saa 4 chapo zake zimeiva. Tuko pale tumecelebrate nao watoto na tunaleta life huko. I can see on the Daily Nation kuna different mambo venye imekuwa ikiendelea pale. I can see a photo of a lot of people wameflock kule Isili wakifanya last minute shopping ya kununua manguo. Naona hata picha hapa hivi ya Quick Mart pale Pioneer in Nairobi wakifanya supermarket imejaa kujaa. And also I can see waamini wa Catholic pale, kuna mama amepigwa picha pale akiwa anaomba pale kwa kanisa, ama wajua Catholic pale kuna ile eve ya Christmas. Ninaona customers sending parcels, wanatuma parcels kule and other things. Ninaona pale pia travelers hiding. Kuna magari zimejaa. Yani kila mtu kuna vitu tofauti, lakini kwa uchukuzi ama kwenye barabara tunaona kuna baska, stage ya baska imejaa kujaa. Na hapa ndio inanifurahisha because Mombasa, also people are coming from Mombasa wakikuja Ocha, but others are going to Mombasa. Mombasa inakuwa na style yake kivyake, haishi watu. Well, others are coming Ocha, lakini wengine bado wanarudi kwenda kule. Naona pia a photo of people wakiwa wana vuruta mizigo yao wakienda pale SGR, pale Standard Railway Gauge, pale wakienda kubook gari. Also kuna wale wamekuwa caught up na traffic. Traffic iko kule kushikana. And also as you travel all this, kuna jamaa hapa naona wa boda boda amebeba mama, mtoto na bag zao zote pale kule Uasinigishu wakiendelea. Ninaona pia travelers wako pale stranded wakigojea pale afya center. Naona wakigojea magari ili waboard waende home. Na ninaona Migori resident in South B who are facing eviction over the affordable housing project wakiprotest. Mambo ni mingi kwa hii dunia. Kila watu wako na mambo zao. Naona member of public doing a Christmas shopping in Eldoret Uasin-Gishu, that is on Tuesday. So mambo mob sana imekuwa ikiendelea, biashara imenoga, vitu mingi sana zimekuwa zikiendelea katika sehemu tofauti za nchi vile za dunia. What do you have?
And on other stories that is on the Standard page 9, I can see they're calling it an economic milestone as we continue celebrating Christmas. Well, talking about that is Kenya's public debt has now hit that is 12.0 trillion. The last time we checked ilikuwa 11 trillion and now imefika that is 12.0 trillion, 0.4. And you know the backstory of this is that Kenya has been steady on an upward steady trajectory, breaching that is 11 trillion and that is marking earlier 2025. And sasa ukiangalia sahi as of September 30th 2025, the total public debt reached that is 12.04 trillion. And this includes 5.39 trillion in external debts and then 6.65 trillion in domestic debt. That is, when talk about domestic, that is within our country, reflecting a strategic shift towards local borrowing to mitigate foreign exchange risks. And you know the impact of this when it comes to debt to the GDP ratio, that is the gross domestic product, now stands at approximately 67.3%. And this rising burden is a primary driver. And ukiangalia it has exceeded that is the rate yenye wanakuwa mekiwa na the International Monetary Fund, that is 60%. And yet we still continue talking about growth. But it's so sad that just say for us to bring development and growth in our country, lazima tuombe madeni so that we can implement something. If something needs to be introduced in our country, tunende madeni. And I don't know if this is a good path with the vision that our president has for us to become the first world country. I don't know. And the dream to becoming like Singapore, if debt inaelekea that is 12.04 trillion, and the fact that wakiomba madeni they don't really specify what are the ways that they are going to use to pay this money. Unapata at the end of the day the common mwananchi ndio anaumia.
If I was asked hata wenye wanapeana deni they should stop. you see let me tell you Angie, and I'm not an expert in that field, but this is, I mean, hata kama mi si expert, there are some things then as a reason. Let me give an example with my family. Ati kwangu mtoto akitaka school fees I go for debt. Mtoto akitaka kuchukua kitu ama tukitaka kuenda tour mahali I go for debt. Nikitaka kufanya anything that I want to do in my house, nikitaka kujenga kitu yote naendea madeni. Am I growing really? Am I growing? Ni kugrow na hizi deni zinalipo na interest. Am I growing? I think there are other alternatives za kutafuta hizi vitu, and if the government can be genuine enough, sio must to force vitu zingine zikikuwa. I mean, we were there, we saw people like Kibaki, and if we are swimming ama if we are moving with that vision 2030, hata 2030 haijafika. Kama tungekuwa tunaendelesha ile vision 2030 yenye ililetwa na Kibaki, and everybody sings about Kibaki brought a lot of change, not necessarily akitumia madeni, but he did a lot. Alijua kuchambua nchi hii, but it is so sad when we are going for debt and yet we can still generate that money in our country. Inafilisha vibaya sana. You see, it hurts when we can import eggs. It hurts when we can import eggs. Why can't we think of empowering our farmers to avoid to import easy eggs zinatumia billions of money kila mwaka to create employment na at the same time tutumie mayai yetu? Why don't we think of producing what we can consume instead of consuming what we cannot produce and producing what we cannot consume? Tunachukua kwa nini tujafikiria about value addition? Why should we import rice? Because kuna mtu mwenye akifanya hiyo importation ya rice, kuna certain people watakula billions kadhaa. Why do we do that? Kwa nini Kenya tuko tu na watu wenye kunakuwa na watu wadosi? Do you know there are people who can pay that trillions? Kuna watu wanaweza lipa trillions na Kenya ibaki bila deni. There are people who can do that. So personally, mimi I don't think ati kukimbia twende tukakuwe kama Singapore na madeni, that hiyo ni improvement, unless we start by empowering our people. Everybody is complaining. I'm reading news here, if at all you can allow me. Ninasoma news hapa kwa gazeti. Travel tap options for resident in Nakuru. This is somebody anaitwa Ndungi anapeana story yake that traveling this year kwenda Ocha imekuwa hectic. Every shilling counts. Anashindwa kwenda kwao Ocha. Ati saizi ataka kwa kanyumba kake Nakuru kwa jenga. Akiona, and these are people walikuwa na celebrate sana wakienda kwao Geshagi, wanaenda kwao Ocha ku celebrate Christmas, but right now they cannot do it. Kwa nini wanashindwa kufanya hivyo? Because a lot of things zimeanguka. Pesa imeanza kuingia kwa watu wachache na inanyima wale watu wengi kukuwa na pesa. So if government can think about their people, afikirie ama serikali tu ifikirie their people na ijue vile itawa empower. Oh my God, I dare say shame on them, wale wenye wana import vitu zenye tuko nazo hii country.
And this was a report from that is the control of budget, Margaret Nyakango. And briefly let me read what highlight hapa. The decline in the overdraft of the interest payments during the reporting period compared with the similar period that is as per 2024-2025 financial year was mainly due to lower Central Bank of Kenya interest rates, which stood at 9.5% in August 2025, down from that is 12.7%, 7.5% in August 2024. And ukiangalia the rates, that is in August 2025 ilikuwa 9.5%. Probably this could have led them to borrow more because interest on return ilikuwa chini. Alafu ukiangalia last year ilikuwa 12.75%. Probably according to her, this could have led to more domestic debt that is in our country. So let's see what will happen if they'll find a way to control hii mambo ya madeni, because mwananchi ni watangukiwa na huu mzigo
kabisa.
Yeah. On other stories,
I think the whole of the gazette talking about Christmas and ni Christmas na ukiangalia gazeti ya leo imejaribu kubalance the poverty side na utajiri vile hizi mambo mbili zinaendelea, na yetu tu we will continue kukashifu hicho kitendo ama vitendo zile zinatuma Kenya yetu ikue imedhofika. It is so hurting that when you are going unaenda ku celebrate with your people with a lot of money, na ni money that has been looted from them, from the poor, and also the poor ama wale wenye wanafeel wameporwa hivi. It is so sad when you celebrate the thieves. It is so sad, and this is our country. We celebrate them when these people have stolen money from us. Ama many people have stolen money from us. Lakini tukikuja tukiletewa kitu kidogo, including myself, tukikuja tukiletewa kitu kidogo, we start celebrating the thieves, those who are stealing our future, those who are stealing our celebration like today. It is time to think. If it is time to think, unachambua, unaona what kind of leadership do we want? Tunataka leadership inakaje?
the ball is on the Kenyan citizens at the end of the day.
Yes.
And still, before we wind up page 7, let's talk about a little bit of politics of what has been happening that is in our country, just briefly. That is, ODM party rifts deepens over accusations of plot to auction the party to the president. You know, we've seen this has been happening, that is in the ODM party. Many of the leaders, so walikuwa wamesema hawata join, that is the broad-based government. Now they're in the broad-based government, and that's why they're saying ODM rift deepens accusations of the plot to auction the party to the president, that is the Kenya Kwanza government. And in addition to that, tuliona their statements from different political leaders with the ODM party, including that is Edwin Sifuna and the Siaya Governor James Orengo. They publicly vowed vowed to stop the party from being sold or auctioned to the president that is coming 2027. And nikiangalia hapa, there is a statement yenye Edwin Sifuna alisema that the party is going to produce a leader that is coming 2027. Because some people visited Jirongo's home in Sunday and think that we do not know they later met President Ruto's in Kilgoris. Now they come to us seeking fresh negotiations. Now these are some of the people in the ODM party going behind the back of the leaders and meeting with the president. This is I'm explaining what Edwin Sifuna meant by the statement that he has said here. But let's see what will happen. You know, this is politics, but they'll say they're going to produce a leader. So I don't know what will happen, because don't forget, the interim leader desires the party to be in the government, and then Edwin Sifuna and other leaders desire to form the government. What will really happen? Let's watch the game, you know, how they do it. Yeah.
Unless you've got something to say, but it is good kusema ya kwamba uchambuzi wa magazeti umeletwa kwako na the homeschooling ama wanajiita Nakuru Homeschooling Solutions. Wameleta hiyo and I told you, and nilikwambia hiyo ni style mzuri sana ya kueducate watoto wako. If you can afford this, go then fuatana na the Nakuru Homeschooling Solution.
Yeah, and also this show is brought to you proudly by that is Istocom Limited. That is the offer that is super speed internet in Nakuru County. Na tutazidi kuambia worry no more about data bundles. Watching football alafu data bundles zinakatikia katikati, Atacom got you covered. And the good thing, they offer these internet services at affordable rates, and they offer that is 24/7 customer support and easy mobile payments. For more information, please contact 0743910538. Yeah.
An old man, sasa nikumalizia kipindi. An old man alikuwa akifanya kazi kwa kampuni fulani na alikuwa amefanya kwa muda mrefu sana. And this old man was a very kind, generous and a very nice guy kwa hiyo kampuni. And hii kampuni of course pakawa na son ya mdosi. Akakuja siku moja kwa kampuni and found the old man akisweep pole tu. And the guy was like, you guy, you are fired. Hii kazi unafanya upole, you cannot sijui blah blah. Alafu this is not your time, generation tofauti. So akaambia you are fired, and he tried to call. Alikuwa na bibi mgonjwa kwa nyumba. This is the only coin ama pesa alikuwa akitumia kumnunulia dawa. And the old man went home akiwa very sad. But alipofika kwa wife ako pale kwa bed. How was the job? Kulikuwaje? He tried to cover his face with a smile na hakuambia bibi yake anything of what had happened pale kwa job. But hakulala usiku mzima. Imagining amework pale for very many years, but 5 minutes peke yake ameambiwa atoke na the sun. And so the following day alipata call kutoka kwa ofisi. And he was told aende kwa ofisi. Na alipofika pale akapata now the boss, akamwambia apologize, akasema I apologize. Hawa watoto wadogo, whatever he has done to you, she never knows wewe ni nani na umetoka hapa. And akafunguliwa drawer, akatolewa bahasha. Na hii bahasha imesema the founder wa hii hoteli. Imeandikwa that old man, imeandikwa jina yake. He is the heartbeat ya hii industry. Kuna siku ilikuwa inachomeka na huyu ndiye alisave hiyo nini. So akiwa pale ule mzee mwenye hii nini alikuwa amesema huyu mtu akue considered. And now the napakandikwa, in fact he got shares kwa hiyo kampuni. So his life changed, and this boy was called and he had to apologize. And ni story yenye natufundisha kitu ya kwanza that royalty pay. Alikuwa royal sana kwa hii nini na ililipa, because bills zote za huyu bibi sasa zilichukuliwa na kampuni. But this young person alikuwa forced kukuja kuomba msamaha and also to learn a lot. And this is I've given this story purposely because of our Gen Z wetu wako na hiyo tabia ya wazee, tokeni, hakuna kitu mnaweza kufanya. Sometimes it is good first to reason. We cannot work without wazee. Hatuwezi fanya kazi without those people. They have wisdom, they have our blessings. Hata kama tunakuja na ujenzi mwingi sana, we should be very, very careful. We need these old people, we need our elders, we need them all. Hata kama kuna kazi zingine watatuachia tufanye, but we also need them. Tusikuje na kiburi sana, the young people, tusikuje na kiburi sana ya kuonyesha that sisi ndio tunajua. There are people who are the heartbeats of that company enye unawafukuza. Nitawacha kwa msemo, usipoziba ufa utajenga ukuta. So kufikia hapo hatutaongeza la mitume wala la nabii, ila tu kukoma. Niseme ya kwamba asante sana kwa kuchagua runinga ya Mizpah, na iwapo tumekutendea ndivyo sivyo, tunaomba uturekebishe kwa njia heshima. Duniani hamna mtu asiyekuwa na dosari. Lakini iwapo tumekufurahisha, enda ukawaambie wengine kutuhusu. Kutoka hapa studio, mimi na mwenzangu Anji, tunakutakia Christmas njema, utazamaji bora wa vipindi vilivyosalia, vile vile siku isiyokuwa na bukta. Wasalam wa marahaba.